If I were to tell you that living in an area that has twice the crime as the national average was a good thing, you would think I was crazy, wouldn't you? Well, that's exactly what I'm telling you today. And call me crazy, but don't judge me until after you see this video, because today we're going to a neighborhood that is right north of downtown San Antonio. It has so many things to do, such amenities, and the crime, although it's real, it really, I think, is a big trade-off to what you're going to see today. So today I'm taking you to Tobin Hill. Stick around, we're getting to it right now. Hey there, my name is Jesse Lopez. I'm the owner of Utopia Realty here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm a real estate agent who helps people like you when moving to San Antonio. I spent 23 years in the military in the United States Air Force. I traveled all over the world. I've lived in every nook and cranny of this thing we call Earth. And quite frankly, when I made my moves, I made a lot of mistakes. So that's exactly why I built this channel, is to help people like you make it better and smoother when you're going to another place. So if that's something that you want, if you want to lower the anxiety of moving, if you want to answer the unknown, well, then this is the channel for you. So do me a favor, if you want to know everything there is to know about sleeping, eating, living, playing, and being in San Antonio, then absolutely you need to hit that subscribe button and tap on that bell so you're notified every single time I put out a new video. So today we're here in Tobin Hill, and I wanted to just bring you around and show you this neighborhood. As I said in the intro, it's got some of the worst crime in the city of San Antonio. However, it's not all bad. Like, I know that there's basically crime in every place, right? And if you watch this video right here, I talk about the 10 most dangerous neighborhoods in San Antonio, and Tobin Hill is not one of them. So you don't really have to worry about it. I think the numbers, as I show you the video, are going to explain what it's all about. So Tobin Hill is on the northern part of downtown San Antonio. It is right next to the Pearl, which is where I'm at right now. This right here is Pullman Market, right behind me. Now I'm going to show you a little bit more about Pullman Market later today, or later on in the video. But you know, it's right north of downtown, so you're about 1.4 miles from the Alamo, and it is also about maybe 8 miles away from the airport. So if getting in and out of San Antonio is important to you, then you got that access. You can jump on Highway 281, head north, and about 7 miles, somewhere 7-8 miles, you're going to be in the San Antonio International Airport, which is great. If you travel like I do, I'm always gone. I'm always visiting different parts of the United States. Then traveling or being close to the airport is probably a must, right? If you didn't watch my video about the Pearl, the link is right here. You can go take a look at that. That one covers mostly the Pearl District itself, but today we're going into the neighborhood. Try not to get run over by his truck. Today we're going into the neighborhood so we can look at the houses, so we can look at the entire landscape and show you what Tobin Hill is all about. So who lives in Tobin Hill, right? Like, you can imagine, my wife and I love this area, and I apologize, but this truck right here is kind of noisy, but let's see. And make a left here. So who lives in Tobin Hill? The average age of somebody who lives in Tobin Hill is 42 years old. So it's a younger crowd. It's made up of architects, it's made up of artists, it's made up of engineers, people who work in theater. Like, it's a very artsy type of neighborhood. So if that's kind of like your vibe and that's what you're looking for, that's great. Right here behind me, this is the Pearl, and this courtyard right here, well, they do sometimes, they have movie in the park. So you can come out here, you can bring a blanket, bring your beverages, and go ahead and sit down. They put a screen right up on the north side of the courtyard here, and they'll show a video, right, a movie. If you don't have your own drinks, then you can come back here behind me. This is their food hall where you can buy drinks, you can buy food. They have some mad chicken, fried chicken. If you love fried chicken, yeah, that's gonna be the place to get it. So the Pearl District is actually on the southern border of the neighborhood. So if you're in the neighborhood and you want to come and partake of these things, it's going to be easy to walk over here. So the walkability in Tobin Hill is really good. There's so many things around here. Like, for instance, there's all these major colleges and universities. If you or your child that's college age is going to be going to school, then you can actually pick one of the schools here. You have the University of Incarnate Word, you have Trinity University, you have San Antonio College, which is a community college, so you can, they can go to school there. So many choices, and not just in the university level, but also school age, right? So from kindergarten up to the 12th grade. Now the public schools, I'm gonna be honest with you, not all that great, but there are some private schools, like Central Catholic is a high-rated high school, and I'm going to put a list of the others right here, but you have options, right? So if your child is in school age, then you can definitely, be comfortable in knowing that they're going to have a great education, or at least exposure to great education opportunities. What else is around here? If you like the arts, I already mentioned that there's a lot of artists that live out here. I mentioned that, there's engineers, there's all those, the Tobin Hill, part of it is in a historical district. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind. If you actually purchase a home here and you want to remodel it, you might have to jump through some hoops through the historical district, whatever their forum is, that you have to get approval and all that stuff. So just be aware of that. But there is a lot of historical parts to Tobin Hill. They're not all historical, but that's something to keep in mind. So where I was going with this is that there's just so many things that are appreciated here, the arts, music and all that. And what is also walking distance is you have two major museums. The first one is the San Antonio Museum of Art. It's right on the Riverwalk, which, by the way, you have access to the Riverwalk. I think I'll go down that way and actually show you that here in a minute. But, you have the San Antonio Museum of Art. You also have the Whitty Museum, which is walking distance from here. Like, there's just so much walkability. There's just so many things that you can do. It's just endless. Like, I'd have to shoot a video for about 5 or 6 hours to show you everything, but I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna actually jump in the truck in a little while, and I'm gonna show you the neighborhood, because that's what's important. I want you to feel the vibe. So what is the vibe here? Well, you can imagine, since it is artists, it is, professionals, young professionals, the vibe is very, down to earth, very inclusive. There's a strip, it's called the St. Mary Strip, on the northern part of the neighborhood. And there's so many music venues, there's restaurants, there's bars. Like, if that's the kind of life that you want or that you live, this is going to be the perfect place for you, because there's absolutely a whole bunch of things to do here. A lot of restaurants, a lot of bars. I'm walking in the Pearl still. I don't know if you've ever been to the Pearl. If you've been to the Pearl, do me a favor, make a comment below. Tell me what you think. What was your favorite part of the Pearl? My favorite part is just being out here, being on the courtyard, watching a movie, having a drink, and just people watching, because there's all kinds of people come here, and it's pretty fun to watch, all these cross sections of society come together and enjoy themselves. So I'm gonna walk this way, and I know this sun is pretty harsh right now, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So there's this one place right here. It's called Full Goods Diner. I like it. Let me turn this camera around. I like this place. So if you're vegan, vegetarian, or anything like that, this restaurant's pretty good to go to. And then on the other side, there's another little thing. There's an ice cream shop. It's called Lick. That's it right there. It's a pretty good place to go and have yourself an ice cream, especially in this hot Texas weather. So it's always hot here. So it's important to be able to learn how to cool down, right? And we're gonna walk towards the Riverwalk, which is one of the things that, one of the features, I guess, points of interest here in San Antonio. Everybody that comes to San Antonio goes to the Riverwalk, but quite frankly, the Riverwalk, it's kind of it's a tourist attraction, except for these parts right here. When you get out from downtown, it's more of locals hang out here. There's a restaurant we're gonna walk by right now. It's called La Gloria, and what do you call it? It's a Mexican restaurant. The owner is a great chef. It's great food. They have several restaurants here in San Antonio. I highly recommend that you go to La Gloria whenever you come out here, because it's a sort of good place to go. But let's talk a little bit more about the demographics we're already talking about. The median age is 42. The average household income which is kind of blew me away because I think it's kind of expensive living out here, but it really wasn't that much. The average household income is $68,000. And here's why. To live here, you don't have to buy a house, right? So you have plenty of options. You have apartments, you have condos, you have single family homes, you have townhomes, you got a whole, smorgasbord. Is that a word, smorgasbord? So you have a lot of options if you want to buy a home here in San Antonio. And the average home is right under $500,000. So if you're going to buy a home, you can do that, $500,000. Let me turn my camera around real quick. I want to show you something. So this right here is part of the Riverwalk. See how tranquil it is? Look, like people are walking their dogs. This dude over here is fishing. There's my finger right there. This guy's fishing. This young lady's walking her dog. Like, that's just the vibe that you get down here. I wonder what this guy's doing over here. Let's go ask him. Hey, sir, what are you doing down here? Are you enjoying the weather? I know, that was funny, right? I thought it was funny. But I'm here at La Gloria, which is a restaurant I was telling you about. And I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see kind of the vibe of this place. So in San Antonio, we love these, we love mariachis. So there's always mariachis here. They stay here all day. And they don't complain about the pay or the weather. And then you have this nice little sign right here. Welcome to San Antonio. So as I was saying, like, there's a lot of different options in where you want to live or where you can live. If you want an apartment, or if you want a townhome, or you want a single family home, there's definitely places that you can find. The lowest thing on the market right now that is for rent is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath at about $770 a month. So you can imagine that's probably an apartment or a room. Actually, it'll be, let's face it, right? It's 1-bedroom, 1-bath, and it's $770. So if you're single, you don't worry about, where you're gonna sleep, or you just want to be in the downtown vibe, you want to be out here, mingling and stuff, that's a good option for you. But if you're a family and you want to rent a house, then the rentals, the most expensive rental was a 2,700 square foot home, and that one was $3,500, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm going to put the price right here so you'll know. But take a look. Again, this is the Riverwalk. So if you're into walking, you're into nature, you just want to sit here, read a book, drink a beer, and just hang out, then this is a good place to do it at. It's very peaceful. It's very tranquil. And then I'm going to turn the camera around and show you kind of like what's going on here in this area. And then we'll go jump in the truck here in a minute. But as you can see, this is facing north. You see, you have some development right there. You have, that used to be an old abandoned building, and now they're making it into these, either their apartments or condos. There's some back there. You can see them kind of back in the end, right about there. There's some more there. So you can see that there's a lot of development going on. And so this area is kind of going through a transition period. And I think that's kind of the reason, or something that kind of contributes to the crime rate that's double the national average. But honestly, I've lived here my whole life, and I've been to the Pearl. My wife and I come to the Pearl. My son comes with us to the Pearl, and I never felt unsafe. It always feels like a great place. Like there's always people here. They're having a good time. Like I've never really felt any danger or anything like that. So I'm not saying that the numbers are wrong, because they probably are right. But what I'm saying is that you won't feel it. It doesn't really feel like a crime rate place. So the parts or the categories of crime that are a little bit higher are like larceny. So larceny is not like one of the crimes that you can feel, right? Per se, unless it's being done to you. Or the other one was motor vehicle theft. And I have heard issues of people, having their cars broken into. But I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that you're in downtown. There's a lot of tourists here, and a lot of cars moving in and out. So vehicle theft is a problem. And then the last one was, I can't remember what the last one was, but I'm gonna put it right here. But here in a second, we're gonna jump in the car. We're gonna go look around and show you the different architecture. So the homes here, you're gonna find everything. You're gonna find Tudor homes, craftsman homes, modern homes. You're gonna find all sorts of homes types here in the Tobin Hill area. And again, look at this. Like, who wouldn't want to be out here? Check this out. So there's like people, like, look over here, some lady walking her dog, just, you know, having a good time. This guy's still fishing. I guess he didn't catch anything over there, so he's gonna come over here. You have these waterfalls over there. So a great place to live. If you like downtown, my wife and I have considered, once my son graduates from high school, actually selling our home in Alamo Heights, and then moving here to the Tobin area, to downtown, to where there's all these amenities and things to do. Actually, let me show you something real quick. One of the things that's here in the Pearl District is this hotel right here. It's called the Emma Hotel. The Emma Hotel is a 5-diamond hotel. It's the only one in San Antonio, and probably even Texas. Like, if you ever, you know, come to San Antonio and you want to stay in a nice hotel, this would be the one to stay at. Oh, a couple of other things that are around here, points of interest, you know, that you might like, is there's a Tobin Center. If you keep walking down the Riverwalk, you're gonna run into the Tobin Center, which is a performing arts venue. There's a lot of plays, there's a lot of, you know, the symphonies out there. The San Antonio Symphony is also around this area. And I already told you about the museums. The museums is really, you know, an attraction here. But really, living here and being in this area is just it's a very nice, calming type of living, despite what the numbers say. So I know in the beginning of the video, I might have scared you about the numbers, you know, twice the crime and all that. But again, it's concentrated more towards vehicle theft and larceny and, you know, those kinds of crimes. Nothing to worry about. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the truck here, make my way back to the truck, and then we'll start driving around the neighborhood, show you the neighborhood, talk to you a little bit about the housing options, you know, cost and all that good stuff. So if that's something that you're looking forward to, that's great, let's do it. Hey, but before I get in the truck, let me ask you, if you're moving to San Antonio, do you have somebody that's gonna advocate for you, show you, you know, homes, or make sure that I'm gonna turn this way because look, these guys are working over here. See that? All right, let's go back this way. So do you have somebody that's, you know, that's gonna help you move that, make that transition, make it smooth? Well, I'd like to be that guy. So if you would, hit this QR code right here and schedule an appointment so we can do what I call a discovery call, so I can see what kind of lifestyle you need, what kind of, you know, needs your family has. That way we make sure that we put you in the right place in San Antonio so it matches your lifestyle, matches your budget and all that stuff. I don't sell people, I just kind of help them and guide them to wherever it is that they're gonna call home. So do me a favor, schedule the QR code, or hit the QR code, schedule a call, or just give me a call. I'll answer your phone. If I don't answer it right away, I'm probably out shooting a video, so I'll call you right back. But all right, let's go ahead and make our way to the truck so we can go see what the neighborhood looks like. See, just walking around, having a good time. Oh, look at the ducks. That's what they're looking at, the ducks. All right, let's go to the truck. My favorite part. All right, so we're here. We're taking off on the truck so you can see the neighborhood. I'm gonna show you the neighborhood here. As you can see, like straight ahead, we have the developing part of this neighborhood. So on the southern part of Tobin Hill, there's a lot of construction going on. This building right here, it used to be an abandoned building. People used to come here and do photography, you know, because there was a lot of graffiti and stuff, so kind of an urban feel. But we have here, we're gonna go down the street, a lot of construction going on. So there's a lot of new builds along with, you know, pre-owned homes that are built in the mid 1930s. They're built in the 1930s, so you're gonna see a big mix of properties here. On the right hand side, those are condos that you could buy Obviously, there's no yard. It's more urban living, but you can find single family homes here. So yeah, you can find a big mix of homes here. We're gonna go down this next street. You're gonna find a little bit more of single family housing, so you can see the difference. A lot of these again are new up until this street right here, which is St. Mary's Street. And look, by the way, you have a substation right there for San Antonio Police Department. So if crime, I guess maybe it's their response to the crime that I reported on. They have a substation here, so I would imagine the crime's going to go down. So look at these homes right here to our left. These are single family homes, which is a lot of what you'll find. But then next to modern homes, like this one right here, and then this other house right here is going to be very new, modern, kind of 2-3 story homes. A lot of these homes these are the older ones, right? That are built in the 1930s. You'll find colonial, you'll find Tudor, you'll find craftsman homes, all of that. But mainly on this side of the street, you're going to find a lot of condos and apartment buildings. But let's go ahead and move on to the other side of St. Mary's Street, so I could show you some of the more established neighborhood that kept the homes that they have, and most of those just got remodeled. So we're gonna head over this way. Check out these brand new ones on the right hand side. So there's a mix, definitely urban feel, but we're gonna crawl into the other part of the neighborhood, which is more established. They kept the homes, they remodeled them, and just made them a little bit better to live in. So I'm glad that substation is there. Right now we're crossing St. Mary's Street. So St. Mary's Street, if you go to the right, is the strip, where there's a lot of restaurants, bars, and different types of music venues. You can catch all kinds of entertainment during the weekend there. But this is more of a traditional neighborhood, more established, kind of like the neighborhoods that I like. The yards are bigger, the homes are bigger. Look at that home right there. So this is the middle part of Tobin Hill. We're kind of creeping up to the northern part, but you can see these are a different type of home. They're not like the modern homes that you see on the other side of St. Mary's Street. So if you like big old Victorian homes, big Tudor homes, big craftsman homes, like this would be the part of Tobin Hill that you would want to live in. They just look so majestic. A lot of these are actually made into multifamily. So they're either, duplexes, triplexes, or fourplexes. And you can tell when you look at the meters, there's the electric meters, and you can tell whether they're multifamily or not. Now here's two contrasting homes. So this craftsman home, or maybe it's a colonial home on the left, and then to the right you have these modern condos. So they are sprinkled throughout the entire neighborhood. Let's go down this road here. So really nice big homes. If you're an investor and you want to buy investment properties here in San Antonio, Tobin Hill is a proven area where people will pay for an apartment or for multiplex. So there's a lot of opportunity for that. When I looked at the stats for the market, I saw that there was about 54 homes for sale. Like, look at this one right here. That one right there to the right needed some work, but definitely a lot of opportunity. Look at this one right here to my left. This one needs some work as well. There was a notice of hearing on that property. So what that means is somebody tried to renovate without pulling permits, and now there's a strike team that'll come and shut you down because they want to make sure that people are doing it. It's being done safely, and it doesn't violate any historical district requirements. So I'm going to make a left on St. Mary's. So this is St. Mary's Street. This is the strip. It's actually not the strip here. but we're gonna head towards the strip, which you'll see in a minute. It'll be very evident. There's a lot of restaurants. I used to come out here as a younger kid. I used to listen to heavy metal music, and there was this one venue called the White Rabbit, and you used to see some really like heavy metal bands play there. You know, from Europe, from all over the United States. It's a really cool vibe. So if you like being out and going out and having a good time, this is definitely the part of town that you want to be in, or at least the part of Tobin Hill that you want to be in. So this for a long time used to have a bunch of construction, but they finally finished it. Look, there's Burger Boy right there to the left. But there's a lot of artistic vibe. There's music. There's all these different restaurants and bars with outdoor patio seating like that one right there that you can come and have a good time at. We just passed by the White Rabbit, which is behind me over here, but they did a lot of good stuff here. There's a Greek restaurant right there, Demo's Greek Food. You could find Mexican food, you could find burgers, you could find all kinds of stuff. So this is on the right hand side, so will be the eastern side of the neighborhood, and then we're gonna go down this strip here for a minute, and then I'm gonna dip over to the left and actually go look at some more homes. So French Place right here is the last street or the northern border of Tobin Hill. So let's turn here. But look at the murals they have on the buildings, like a lot of artistic stuff here. Here's another mural right there. And then we're back into the neighborhood. So the further north you go on these neighborhoods or in Tobin Hill, you're gonna see older homes like this. Some of them have been remodeled, like those two. Look at those. Those are two little duplex right there. A lot of these homes do still need work. So again, if you're into investment properties, then this is a good area to invest in. Look at this home right here. Very modern home, right in the middle of the neighborhood. The one thing that you also notice is that the streets are very narrow. They're very small. And I think I might have just passed a construction site that I wasn't supposed to be in. But we will see. All right, yeah, I think I just turned into a construction area. All right, I'm gonna have to turn back. They're doing some work on the streets here. Look at that house right there in front of us. That one needs some work. And I'm sure somebody's already working on it. But it gives us a chance to look at the other side of the street. Yeah, I just blew through those cones. I didn't even pay attention. I'm gonna take a right here, and we're gonna go down this little street. It almost looks like an alleyway, but here's that modern home with another one right next to it. Here you have a house in the corner that is a total remodel. So you probably would have to just save the structure, what we call the bones, right? The outer envelope. Let me go this way, so we can head back to St. Mary Street. This is Ashby, which is one of the main streets right on the other side of the perimeter. We're going to head back towards the south of the neighborhood, and then we're going to head over to a local park that's real nearby. So one of the things about Tobin Hill is that it's also close to a lot of parks. One of the parks that are nearby is Brackenridge Park, and then Crockett Park is the one that we're going to head towards. That's more kind of towards downtown. You also have, I think it's a Baptist Hospital, which is right near there. So that's another area or another thing that's in the vicinity of the neighborhood that you can if you needed healthcare would be available to you there. Lots of work, lots of work. So as you can tell, there's a lot of room for improvement in this area. Um, you can imagine once that Broadway East the project is completed, that's going to drive a lot more business out here. But look at these homes right here, little craftsman style homes. It's just a vibe, right? Like you never know. Like I know I've seen a lot of people, posting things on YouTube, and all they do is show you the brand new communities because they just want you to buy a house and be done with it. I really care more about what your lifestyle is like. Look at this one right here. Here's a new one, right in this neighborhood. I care more about your lifestyle. So if that's something that you care about, like somebody that cares about you, do me a favor. Hit the QR code. We'll put it right here. Hit the QR code and schedule an appointment so we can sit down, discuss what your lifestyle's like. This restaurant right here, Tycoon Flats, right there. Tycoon Flats is a burger joint. They have some really good burgers. My wife and I go there all the time. There's actually a Tycoon Flats that they made a second one in Alamo Heights where we live. And so now the drive to Tycoon Flats is shorter. Actually, my wife and I can literally walk to Tycoon Flats from the house. So great drinks, great burgers. Their chili cheese fries are amazing. But look, this is everything that's out here. Here's a place called Slackers, video games bar. Brass Monkey is another place you can go to. That's this one right here. So there are a lot of options in order for entertainment here in Tobin Hill. You kind of already get a gist of the way the homes look. So yeah, if oh, you know what? Before we wrap it up, I'm gonna take you back um, to the. Actually, no, we're gonna go to the park. Let's go to the park first. We're gonna make a right here and go to the park. We're gonna go to the park so I can show you that. As we're driving there, we'll take a look at some more homes. But yeah, after we go to the park, I show you the park. I want to take you to Pullman Market, which is a grocery store that's in the Pearl, and they have a great selection. There's two restaurants in there. There's they have a meat market. They have what do you call it? A They have a bar, a full bar. Like it's so convenient. But if you're in the area, you live in this downtown area, and you want to go to the market, that would be a great place to go. Of course, there's other things like HEB nearby, but yeah, that's definitely the newest market, and they went all out with it. So let's make a turn here. This is all still Tobin Hill to the left. One of the things that I did see, and I'll mention about Tobin Hill, because a lot of people talk about homeowners associations, and this homeowners association is very active. They do a lot of things for the community. It's very inclusive. So when you move in here, like doesn't matter what walk of life you're from, you're gonna be welcome with open arms. They do have events. They have like most of the city does these things called First Friday. So you can go out and meet your neighbors. They used to be called National Night Outs. They have some of those as well, but this is on right on the edge of the San Antonio College, and then you spill into Tobin Hill. So this is where we're at right now on the left-hand side. This is the western edge of Tobin Hill. We see you have these little restaurants, you have these bars, and then we're going to make our way to the park. And then straight ahead, you see downtown San Antonio. So very artistic, very inclusive. You'll love this place. I do. I like coming out here. All right, here we are. We're getting to the park right here. This is Crockett Park. So we're splitting Crockett Park right through the middle. So you have the left side here, and then you have the right side to my right. We're going to make a turn and go head into the park so I could show you all the things that it has to offer. Or you know what? We'll just do a drive around because I want to get to Pullman Market. So this is Crockett Park. They have a lot of festivals and a lot of activities that happen here. If you look straight ahead, there's this one place that my wife and I like to go to. It's called the Cove. I think I've mentioned it before, but it's a restaurant slash bar slash. They have this big playground in the middle, so your children can play, while you're there enjoying your adult beverages. And as we go head back to the Pearl, I'm going to go by the hospital. So it's a Metropolitan, I want to say Methodist Hospital. Yeah, Metropolitan Methodist Hospital. So it's a Methodist hospital. So this is like right near or right inside the neighborhood. If you have an emergency, then you could go there. And another place I want to take you to is this burger joint. So San Antonio has a lot of good burger joints, but they're not like, they're more mom and pop joints. You'll like those. If you like hamburgers, there's always a good place to eat. This used to be called Little Hips, but now it's a different name, which I think is Armadillos. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong, but let's go drive by there so I can show it to you. Great burgers though, nonetheless. Doesn't matter what the name is. So here we go right there. Yep, it is Armadillos. So Armadillos right there. You can grab a burger. And I don't know if you can tell, but from the camera, the front angle camera, you could see the smokestack from the Pearl straight ahead. And as we go there, you'll see some more condominiums that are built in this area. Again, walkability, if you like walkability, that's something you like to do, you like to hang out, you like to be, you like to go to bars, restaurants, and music venues, this is a great part of town. So I know in the beginning of the video I talked about the crime, and although it's real, you just saw that there's a substation that was put into the neighborhood, and I think that might be in order to mitigate some of that. But here's some condos right there, some new ones that were built. And so yeah, there's just all kinds of stuff to do here. If you like to be out and about, this is a great fit for you because there's a lot to be out and about for. The homes are big, the homes are small. It's up to you. Like you could find any of those. So yeah, let's head on over to Pullman Market so I could show you all about that. That's a really good place. Well, that was the neighborhood. I think there's a lot of options out there. I think there's some great places to live, no matter what your style is. But like I mentioned, I wanted to show you this new grocery store that's here. We're back at the Pearl. I'm going to show you what's called Pullman Market. And this is not like your average store. Like it's not just a grocery store. You walk in there, there's, different places to eat. You can have some wine. There's a bar. It's really a nice place to come hang out, whether you live here or not. If you move into the neighborhood, obviously it's a great place for you to just walk in and take a look at. But we're gonna walk into Pullman Market and I'm gonna show you everything that it has to offer. So let me turn the camera around. So here's like the entrance of the market. We're gonna walk in right there. And let me show you the sign so you see what it looks like. So that's it right there. So my wife and I came out here when it actually just opened and it was a soft opening and we got to experience all of this. Later we came back to this restaurant right here. It's called Fife and Farrell. We came here, we had dinner with some friends and we had a really good time. So let's walk in here real quick. So as you walk in, here's the market, like where you can buy groceries and all that good stuff. They have some checkouts right here where you can check yourself out. But then right here is a restaurant. So the restaurant is an Italian restaurant. It's got really good food. So let's walk through the market real quick. If you live downtown and you're wondering like, where am I going to go shopping? Typically, I will tell you H-E-B is going to be the place for you to go grocery shopping. But here they have everything from health and beauty products to a bakery. So you can come in here and get, baked goods. They're making them here on site. And then you have a floral section. Of course, you have all your grocery stuff right here. You have canned goods. You have, if you like tortillas, they even have a tortilleria, right? So you can come in here and get some fresh tortillas. And they have all the other stuff that you would expect in a grocery store, like fresh produce. So you have produce right over here. You have a dairy section, you have fresh produce, like everything you can imagine that you want. Look at that, it's such a great display, right? So this is no H-E-B, but I'll tell you what, they hit the mark. So everything you can possibly imagine right in here. And they also have an ice cream shop. Let's go walk over there to the ice cream shop and a coffee shop. Actually, you know what? I might have a cup of coffee here in a minute. Hello. So right here, my wife and I came to this ice cream shop. They're not open right now, so there's no ice cream. But you can come in here, get an ice cream cone, sit down, people watch, enjoy the day. So let's go ahead and walk to the other side of the market. There's even a ceviche and taco station over here, and you can buy some fresh seafood. You could buy meat. So they have a meat market as well. And then my favorite section, let's go buy the seafood and the meat first, and I'll take you to my favorite section. Look at that. Hey, good. How's it going? You know I like fishing. If you've seen any of my videos and I talk about fishing, I don't even have to go sweat in the hot sun. And I also love barbecue, so. Then they have some selections of dry age beef. So that's our dry age room. And then my favorite section is this right here. Well, two sections. This one right here, because you have beer. I like to drink beer. And then you have this nice. If I could have a room like this in my house, it would be outstanding. So look at all this wine. All right, so that's the grocery store. Let's head on over. There's a burger place, not burgers. There's a burger place. I was reading the sign. So if you come in here, you can order a burger here. These are great burgers. My wife and I had some. If maybe you're in a pinch and you need to buy some kitchen stuff, you can buy kitchen stuff right here. Got some cookbooks right there if you don't know how to cook. But then also right here, there's a full bar right in the middle of this grocery store. So right now they're not open. It's pretty early in the day, but you have this full bar here. And then the last thing you do, or that they have here, is this other restaurant. So there's two restaurants. This one's the Mesquite restaurant. And you can come in here, have some lunch, dinner. And then they just have some lounging areas that you could sit around and lounge, meet with friends, have a good time. They also have this outdoor space you can sit at. They have this outdoor space you could sit in, enjoy your company. Maybe after you go grocery shopping, or before you go grocery shopping. And here's a map of the entire grocery store. So that's Pullman Market. That's what you could find here. This is in the Pearl, downtown Pearl. So if you need groceries, sorry about that, son. If you need groceries, you can come out here. You live in this area. You don't have to go to H-E-B. You don't have to go too far away. There's lots of options to buy groceries, to buy you know, creature comfort foods and all that good stuff. So what are your thoughts overall? Having known, what the crime rates are, but also having seen the entire neighborhood and what's available to you, like, is that a good trade-off for you? Would you mind living here in Tobin Hill? Like, I know there's a lot of things that it has to offer, and you got to keep in mind that it is in a transition period. So I'm just wondering, what you would think. So personally, I think it's a great place to live. I myself am considering moving here, and despite what I've read as far as the crime, and that's probably the only negative thing that I can think of. And to some people, that's a big thing. To some people, it's not. So overall, real estate is really booming here, and the prices that I mentioned are just today's prices. Right behind here, the Pearl, there's going to be another development going on, which is called Broadway East San Antonio. I talk about it in the video here for the Pearl. That's going to drive property values up so much because you have luxury condos, you have luxury stores and all that stuff. So it's going to draw a lot of commerce to this part of town. So if you can buy a property and hold on, it's going to really appreciate in the years to come. So I think, if I was to give this a 1 out of 10, 1 being the worst place to live and 10 being the best place, I would say it's at least an 8 or a 9. And only because of the crime stats that I gave you, it's really not a bad place. There's a lot of things to do, whether you're single, whether you're family, whether you have kids or you're an adult kid yourself. There's plenty of things to do. So yeah, if you have any questions about moving to San Antonio, I'd love to be the advisor to help you. I'd love to show you different properties, different homes, and just get you and your family settled here in San Antonio. So thank you for watching. Don't forget, hit the QR code, schedule an appointment so we get to know each other a little bit better, and I can help you personally one-on-one make your move to San Antonio. In the meantime, check out the rest of these videos, and we'll see you on the next one.